Hello, it is Sunday, March 8th, 2026. I'm Travis, and this is the Daily Report. Busy, busy, busy Sunday. What the heck? It starts again last night. Recall that we had to change our clocks last night, push them an hour ahead, so we lose an hour. Well, I got to bed late, and then losing an hour means a short night. It was barely a little more than 5 hours of sleep I got, and that's really not enough for me. But we dragged ourselves out of bed early in the morning, got human, went down to the south side, and did the worship thing and brunch down there. St. Peter drove me back afterwards, and typically on a Sunday afternoon, when I get back from that, I will flop out in the chair and sleep for about an hour, a little more. Well, because of the lack of sleep last night, St. Peter brought me up. I got up here in the chair, flopped down there, and I was out for like 3 hours. I needed it. It was all right. The other thing going on today, I mentioned it briefly last night, but in the streaming community on YouNow, we had a very difficult day because we have a bit of a crisis with one of our community members losing their life. A young man. I don't think I used his name last night, but I found out a little bit more, and people are talking about it much more. So it was Carson. He went by Mick Carson on the YouNow platform. He actually did not stream a whole lot himself, but he was very supportive in a number of people's streams. He would come in and keep the conversation on the chat going very, very well. And it was very, very helpful. The very difficult thing that we grieved over today is I had heard this. I didn't mention it last night because I heard it once in passing, but apparently he lost his life. Now we know as a young man he was facing cancer, but he was moving toward remission and only had a few of the treatments left. But ultimately, apparently, he lost his life at his own hand. Now, that is not at all to say that it truly was a suicide. I can say that because of the number of people who just accidentally do dumb things. And truly, in talking to the folks who I know who knew him best, it's uncertain. We don't know exactly the circumstances. All we know is that he has left us and hopefully has joined the Lord up in heaven, kind of thing. So we continue to pray for one another and pray for him. Heck. Well, this afternoon, after dealing with that and intermingling, doing with that, various people called me. Had to prepare for tonight's stream, record animal stories, and that is now on the channel. Animal stories available to you if you missed it in the stream tonight. And then also do traveler's weather, get it sent out to a couple of my co-hosts and that kind of thing. Time to go. I went back down south to the south side for dinner as well as brunch today. They had a good dinner. They had sliced cow and did it well with a lot of mushrooms and some asparagus, and yeah, it was tasty. It was worth going back down there. Alas and alack, St. Peter could not join us for dinner tonight. He was away. He was out working. And so I ended up having taken Uber to come back here. Not the end of the world. I do it often. Except tonight, it took like 25 minutes for the Uber to get to me. It's as though there weren't many drivers out. And then it should be a 20-minute trip back here, and it was almost 30. I start my stream at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and he got me back to the building at 7:28. Thankfully, I had everything prepared and everything laid out, and so it worked. But we started, like 30 seconds late and did the stream. It was a very good stream. What the heck? A bunch of people came in. And then at the end, of course, I sent everyone over to Switzenberg's stream, as I tell you. Both of us on Sunday nights open our chests on YouNow. And so that was two good things that happened there. After watching Switz's stream called St. Anne. Now, the important thing about St. Anne, now most of you know that several years ago I had 2 transplants done. I have a new liver and a new kidney. I don't know that I've mentioned this already on the daily report, but actually St. Anne needs a transplant, and she is getting it on Monday. So probably by the time you're hearing this or watching this video, it's already done. She needs a cornea transplant, and she's going in tomorrow morning and supposed to receive that. So we want to pray for her, keep her before the Lord, and especially her medical team, because it's, as you can imagine, a very delicate surgery. I'm told that in this day and age it happens quite often, and that the folks doing it are well versed in it. Of course, though, when it's someone you know and someone you love, you want to make sure that it goes especially well. After talking to her, the only thing left to do was the daily report. And this is the daily report, and we'll be back tomorrow for tomorrow's daily report. Have a good Monday and a great week.